More than 250 students graduated from Binghamton High School in June, many with stories of overcoming adversity and exceeding expectations. For one graduate, it marks the culmination of a life-changing friendship.
Preston Pisano.
Sam Preston Pisano is beaming as he receives his Binghamton High School diploma. Also smiling in the stands is his friend and mentor, Kurt Eschbach.
And without Kurt, I wouldn't have graduated. I know that for a fact. Without Kurt, I wouldn't be at all where I am today.
Throughout Preston's senior year, Kurt guided him and encouraged him to go to school and complete his work.
Now I'm very proud of him because it was a lot of work for him. It's a lot of firsts in his life.
Preston came to Binghamton just over a year ago to stay with his sister and escape a tumultuous childhood in Texas. Preston's father had just died and his mother was in jail.
I couldn't see a future in where I was happy and where I was going to be happy again. I just felt numb and I felt like this was going to be never ending.
After his sister invited him to start over in Binghamton, he set off one day to explore his new city. He ended up getting lost on Shenango Street, not far from the Hopler and Eschbach funeral home. Owner Kurt Eschbach was out walking his dog at the time and brought Preston back to the funeral home to print out directions for him. By the end of the encounter, Kurt had offered Preston a job.
It just developed into a full friendship and then almost like a family relationship, and I was able to help guide him and mentor him and into school and help him get through.
Preston began doing small landscaping jobs outside of the funeral home. Last December, Kurt offered Preston a more stable place to stay in Kurt's living quarters upstairs.
Even though I've been through so much, I wouldn't change a single thing because I wouldn't have met this man here. And I wouldn't have created the relationship with my sister that I have. And I wouldn't have learned all the things I've learned here in Binghamton, New York.
Kurt says Preston proved himself to be thoughtful and caring, so he bought him a suit at Saul Stearns so he could serve as a family attendant during funeral services.
Very kind and compassionate person that all the people that he interacted with were deeply impressed with who he was and his gentle spirit.
I've never seen a person do as much as Kurt does for people. And I'm just really grateful that I get to be a part of it. And I hope that one day I get to do as many great things as he's accomplished in his life.
All growing up, Preston had never spent an entire grade in the same school. With the stability that Kurt provided, Preston was able to focus on his studies and get the high school diploma he had always assumed was out of reach.
Well, never having any children of my own and this being the closest, it really made me proud because I think from our conversations that if we hadn't met, it probably would have been a very different set of circumstances. He might have gone to school, but he might not have stayed in school or might not have graduated. So I'm glad that the work that both of us put into this kept him on the right path.
He's the person I needed in my life to make a change, and I feel as if I'm on the right path. Never in a million years would I have thought that I would have gone to school for a whole year, gone to prom. I had good grades last time I checked, and it's amazing. I really am a different person because of him.
Kurt and Preston say they come from very different backgrounds and have learned a lot from each other. What they share is an openness to new possibilities and the belief in the power of friendship. Preston says he wants to pursue being a performer and a creator. He's already recorded a music single and is working on a short film. Congratulations.